Dear students, now I am taking financial accounting of first year BCom under that first chapter, theoretical aspect. Under that, this is the important aspect, that is disclosure of accounting policies. So what are the rules regarding the disclosure of accounting policies? How accounting policies should be disclosed in the financial statement. So while giving the financial statements, we have to disclose the some important aspects. So now accounting ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನೀವು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಕಂಪನಿದ್ದು ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೆಲವು ನೋಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ that is called as the disclosure of the accounting policies. What policies are adopted while preparing the financial statements? So this is the disclosure of accounting policies. Any enterprises or business concerns which are established after 1/4/1993 should disclose the accounting policies in their financial statement. So as per the accounting standard, any enterprise or any business concerns which are established after 1/4/1993 should disclose the important accounting policies in their financial statement. Now we can see what are the important accounting policies which should be disclosed in the financial statement. While preparing the financial statement, what are the important accounting policies should be disclosed by the company? Under that, number 1 is the method of depreciation. As you will know, there are so many methods of depreciation. That is, it may be straight line method of depreciation, diminishing balance, or annuity method, or lease method. Whatever may be the method adopted by the company, so that method should be clearly mentioned. So we have to write depreciation is calculated on the basis of diminishing balance method. So disclosure is like that. So we have to write the method of depreciation is based on annuity method. So ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Which method you are adopted for the calculation of depreciation. So first one is method of depreciation. It should be clearly disclosed. The second one is treatment of expenditure during the construction. So when constructing the business or start up the business, so many expenses we are spending so many expenses. So we have to differentiate or disclose whether any expenses is relating to the revenue or capital. It should be clearly mentioned. This type of expenditure is mentioned under capital and this expenditure is treated as revenue. So particular expenditure, treatment of expenditure should be clearly mentioned or disclosed in the financial statement. It will help the reader or outsider to know about the financial statement. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಏನು ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಯಾವ ಡೆಪ್ರಿಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಯಾವ ಟೈಪಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರೀಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆಗಲಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಓದ್ತಾನೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅದು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಯಾವ ಮೆಥಡನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಫಿನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿನ ಬೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ treatment of expenditure during construction means whether a particular expenses spent is treated as revenue or capital. Next, third one is conversion of foreign currency items. So some business should show their accounting in foreign currencies. So some important, for example, in case of investment, it may be if an investment is invested in the foreign stock, then we have to mention that particular investment in foreign currency. So we have to mention this much of for rupee, this much of value foreign currency we have. So we have to mention any item which is converted into foreign currency. Next one is valuation of inventories. whether valuation of inventory is overvalued or undervalued, it should be clearly mentioned. In some business, some companies are overvaluing their stock, and in some companies they follow lower valuation of stock. So undervaluation and overvaluation, it should be clearly disclosed in the financial statement. Next one is treatment of goodwill. Whether goodwill is brought in cash, or whether it is raised, or whether it is distributed to the partners, it should be clearly disclosed in the financial statement. So financial statement ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು goodwill ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಒಂದು ಬರುವ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಅಥವಾ ತಂದ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನು ನೆನಪಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟು ದ ಸೋಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆರ್ ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಕಂಪನಿ. It is related to the all type of institutions. It may be trading, non-trading, sole trading, or this one joint stock company, partnership, anything. Everything is disclosed as per the accounting standard. ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ನಾನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಅಥವಾ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಸೋಲ್ ಟ್ರೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಕಂಪನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಜರ್ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ದ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್, ಹೌ ವಿ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ವಿಲ್. Next one is valuation of investment. How you value the investment. Once again, valuation of investment is nothing but the valuation of shares. So investment means nothing but invested in the shares and debentures of the company. How the shares are, the market value of shares are there when we preparing the financial statement, it should be clearly mentioned. For example, the value of the share is 10. You invested the shares in rupees 10, but now it is in the market value, it is gone up by 100. So we have to mention when preparing this financial statement, the investment is valued at rupees 100. Then within bracket we have to show the face value is 10, but now its market value is 100. So we have to clearly mention what is the value of shares, or investment is nothing but shares, stocks and debentures. So it should be clearly mentioned, or it should be disclosed as per the accounting standard. Next one is treatment of retirement benefit. How benefit is given to after retirement of any employee, how we have to give the compensation, how we have to pay the provident fund or ESI or pension, anything. It should be clearly mentioned. When anybody retired from the business or company, then how the payment is made to him, it should be clearly mentioned. It may be a retirement by the company, joint stock company, or it may be the retirement of a partner. But everything should be clearly mentioned in the financial statement. It should be attached to financial statement as accounting disclosure of accounting policies. Next one is recognition of profit on long-term contracts. If the contract business, in the case of contract business, or that we are assumed that the business is going on for a long period of time, if any profit is earned during the business, we have to treat whether this profit is for revenue nature or it is of a long-term profit. So apportionment of profit, whether we have to treat this profit as a revenue profit, or we have to transfer that particular profit to the reserve. So apportionment of profit should also be clearly disclosed in the financial statement. So the profit may be a revenue nature, then we have to utilize it for the further use, or we can use that profit for the purchase of assets. And in some cases, some portion of the profit is transferred to fund. So that proportion of profit which is we have treated should be clearly disclosed in the financial statement. The next one is valuation of fixed asset. That means we have to mention whether the fixed asset is valued at their book value, or whether the fixed asset is mentioned in the balance sheet is market value of that asset. That means its value less this much of depreciation we charged. So that the rate of depreciation, method of depreciation and valuation of that fixed asset should be clearly disclosed in the financial statement. Then next one is treatment of contingent liabilities. Contingent liabilities means which may occur in the future. We can think that expenses may occur in the future. That contingent liabilities should be clearly disclosed. So in this year we are expecting this much of liabilities. So that expectation, that contingent liability should also be disclosed. This is regarding the accounting policy disclosure. Then why we have to disclose all the policies? See here, all accounting policies adopted for the preparation and presentation of financial statements. So we have to disclose the accounting policy for the purpose of adopting for the preparation and presentation of financial statement. So when presenting or the preparation of financial statement, we have to disclose all these accounting policies, their treatment and all. The second one is disclosure of significant accounting policies which form the part of financial statement. That means when you prepare the financial statement for a particular transaction, for example, if you are treated depreciation or goodwill, it should be clearly, it is a part of the financial statement, it should be clearly mentioned. That is why we are disclosing the important accounting policies as per the rules by the accounting standard. Next one is changes in accounting policies leads to the changes in current period profit. So for example, you are charging depreciation in the last year in the straight line method, and this year you are changing that method and you are using the diminishing balance method. The profit, when we compare with the profit of the previous year and current year, it will be different. It will be definitely different. Then we have to mention or we have to disclose in the financial statement that the last year we are used straight line method of depreciation, and in this year we are changed that straight line method depreciation into diminishing balance method. So ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಂದ ಈ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆಗ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ವೈ ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್, why the profit is increased or why the profit is decreased. It should be clearly mentioned. For using this much changes of this much of policies, this is changing. So for the changes of accounting policies leads to the changes in the current year profit. That is why we have to clearly disclose the changes in accounting policies. Next one is changes in fundamental accounting assumptions. For example, going concern assumptions, business entity concept, accrual concept, anything, any assumptions. If you are changes any assumption, accounting assumption, we already studied the accounting assumption. So any changes in any accounting assumptions should be clearly disclosed in the financial statement. So this is regarding the disclosure of accounting policies. This is very important. Study it well. Over. Thank you.